Tina Fey plays Kim Baker, a news writer promoted to reporter when her network needs some ground coverage in Afghanistan. With no children, being unmarried, she's seen as very low liability, so she jumps at the chance for a career opportunity. What begins as a fish-out-of-water nightmare soon becomes a very comfortable life, and Baker soon has to confront what she wants out of her career and what she wants out of her life itself. In Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, this is today's review. Now, this is a very good movie. It took me by surprise. It came out earlier this year, but I seemed to miss it. But here we go. I caught it on Netflix, so it's probably on Netflix right now. And this, of course, is based on a true story of Kim Baker, and it's very much, it's this autobiographical account. It's an episodic account of her many years on the ground in Afghanistan, covering the war coverage. And while this, it's really nothing new to show kind of the press coverage of war, their perspective of it. It's not the type of movie that really wants to be this satirical, farcical, or even a movie with a great amount of commentary about the war and the coverage in the media itself. It's not really aiming for that, but what it seems to do very successfully is focus on its character in Kim Baker, and it is able to blend very funny comedy, at times very absurd comedic moments, and this just out of this world kind of environment that our heroine finds herself in. And it does it with a lot of grace, and it does it with a way that blends together, I think, very well. And at the heart of this all, it is certainly Tina Fey's performance, and it's definitely something that feels very similar to what we've seen with Fey before. I'm myself personally, I'm a huge fan of 30 Rock, one of my favorite shows of all time, and she is hilarious and legendary on that show. She brings a lot of similar comedic instincts to this role here. It's something that we've seen before from Fey, a certain kind of comedic style that she's brought before. But what was so surprising about her performance here is the dramatic notes that she brings to the role, which she finds elements here to her performance that we really haven't seen before, so I was very impressed with that. So the movie, as this character-based drama comedy, I think works extremely well in seeing this character who, almost on a whim, kind of joins this complete journey of going to somewhere hugely dangerous, hugely unknown to her, and the usual kind of fish out of water kind of stuff that you can expect. But the funny thing that happens is it becomes very normal to her. She, as they call it, it's a kabobble, where she is kind of stuck in this very comfortable kind of environment where she's purposely staying in Afghanistan because she's so used to this life, and because nothing else outside of it makes much more sense anymore, and this is what she knows and what she's accustomed to, and she fights to kind of retain this lifestyle. So we kind of wonder, when she's searching out these types of stories, is she doing it for news, for media, for career advancement, or is she doing it purely just so she can stay in this kabobble? So I found that a very interesting aspect of the character. Again, Tina Fey, excellent in her role, and a really good supporting cast too. We have Billy Bob Thornton as a Marine sergeant, who's pretty much exactly what you'd expect from Billy Bob Thornton in that role. He's great and very funny. We have Martin Freeman in a role playing a Scottish journalist who becomes a romantic interest to Tina Fey's character. We have Margot Robbie, who's playing a fellow reporter who kind of gives her the ins and outs of the female perspective of news coverage in Afghanistan. And we have Alfred Molina, who's almost unrecognizable, really lost in his role as the Attorney General, who has a little bit of a crush on Kim and makes it no secret. So I thought the cast was great. Very funny movie, very engaging, and it had a lot of surprises, at least character-wise, to me. But if you're, expecting something with like this big message or anything like that, you're not really going to find it. But it's not the intent of the movie. I think it is a character-based account, and it does it very successfully and in an unforgettably great way, I think. So I'd rate Whiskey Tango Foxtrot 3.5 stars out of 4. Tina Fey is absolutely great in her role here. Very funny and hitting the dramatic notes that were very surprising and pleasantly so. So definitely check this out on Netflix. I'm glad to have finally seen it. And as far as Tina Fey's concerned, I mean, I would really like to see her do more dramatic roles, even more intense than this, not just kind of blending it with comedy. I think that'd be very interesting to see, because clearly the talent is there. And I suppose this movie wasn't too well received, or at least not a big hit or anything like that. I'm sure it did okay with critics, but nothing spectacular. But you'd almost kind of hope that at least Faye kind of gets some attention to. I mean, I'd say at the very least we might see her, get a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actress in a Comedy or Musical. So that'd be at least nice to see. But I'm a fan of Faye. Really enjoyed the movie, and if you feel the same, if you're a fan of Faye, 30 Rock, Date Night, and Baby Mama, all those other movies that she's done, I think you'll like this as well. It has enough of the familiar brand, the Tina Fey brand, if you can call it that, but with some surprises, which I really like. So that's my review of Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Of course, NATO phonetic alphabet for WTF. What the fuck? So let me know what you think of the movie below, and what's your favorite Tina Fey performance? Mine is always going to be Liz Lemon. Liz Lemon forever. Nards. Anyway, thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. Visit Dare237.com. And until next time, I'll see you later.